Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And yes, the moment we've all been waiting for. It is finally time to take on the Elite Four and become a champion. But before we actually get to the Elite Four gym battles, it is time to actually finish up the Starfall quest, as we never really had that final loading screen. So let's talk to Penny and get that over with. Alright, now that I've made my way over to the building that contains the Elite Four, it is time to enter and become champion. But first, apparently there's like some quiz that we have to take and we have to pass in order to fight the Elite Four, but yeah, no, that part's pretty easy. So now it is time to take on Elite Four member number 1, Rika. So Rika sends out Wishcash, I send out Clodsire, and I'm actually going to start off with the Earthquake, and just like this, Wishcash tries to do a water move, but with Water Absorb it doesn't really do anything to me. So now I decide to start with the Toxic Spikes. And then 2 Earthquakes was enough to finally finish off the Wishcash. Now for Dawn Fan, switching to my boy Gyarados, just cause water is going to be super effective. And then use Waterfall with Gyarados, and it's an easy one-hit KO. Oh, would have been if they didn't have Sturdy, but the poison makes it so it was basically a one-hit KO. Now for Doug Trio, I'm going to keep Gyarados in, and once again use the Waterfall. And just like that, one-hit KO. And then for Camerupt, basically, essentially the same thing. Leave Gyarados in, hit him with the Waterfall, and one-hit KO once again. And then he actually has a Clodsire of his own, and I already know not to use any water moves against him, so now time to use Ice Fang, even though I know he's going to Terrestrialize. And Ice Fang still super effective, even though he did terrestrialize. And he can poison me all he wants. Gyarados is gonna win. And with that last Ice Fang, it is now on to the next Elite Four member. And yeah, I'm not going to show it, but I will be fully restoring and healing up all my Pokemon in between the battles. But yeah, I'm just going to leave that out because that part's kind of boring. Alright, now it is time for Poppy. She's going to send out Copper Raja, and I'm going to start off with Clodsire with an Earthquake once again. Sadly, it was not a one-shot, so she did get the Stealth Rocks on, which is essentially Toxic Spikes. And for Bronzong, I'm going to be switching into Skeledirge, who, due to the Stealth Rocks, is going to be taking damage. But yeah, hit him with a Torch Song, which almost one-hits him. But that's good, because then I can use a Flamethrower just to get rid of him. And then for Corvisquire, or Corviknight actually, keep Skeledirge in, hit him with the Flamethrower, and yeah, one shot for me. And then once again for Magnezone, keeping him in, and yeah, another Flamethrower, which would have one hit, but Magnezone does have Sturdy, but I got the luck of the burn. And then for Tinkatonk, rinse and repeat, keep Skeledirge in, even though I know that they set up a light screen. But yeah, I'll just hit him with the Torch Song because this is her last Pokemon, so she's gonna have to terrestrialize, and the type is gonna be Steel. So the Torch Song and Skeledirge should both be super effective. And just like that, I was going for it, I was risking it, and Skeledirge avoids the Stone Edge, and I'm able to beat Poppy fairly easily. Now it is time to fight Larry. So he sends out a Tropius, I send out my Skeledirge, use a Torch Song, which almost one-shots his Tropius, but I'll just use the Ember to get the knockout. Now for Staraptor, I'm actually just going to keep Skeledirge in, just because he's doing just fine, and hit him with the Flamethrower. Now that Brave Bird did do a lot of damage to me, but it did just enough recoil damage to Staraptor where my Flamethrower easily one-shot. Now for Altaria, as you know, it is a dragon, so in goes my boy Gyarados, and yeah, the Ice Fang should be super effective. And once again, add another one hit to the list. And then for Oricorio, I'm going to switch into Bombirdier. I feel like I would have switched into Skeledirge, but his health is pretty low, so I'll let another Pokemon have the fun and use Rock Slide. And now he has Flamigo, which is the Flamengo Pokemon, which I personally really like. I think it's pretty funny. But yeah, I accidentally clicked Rock Slide. I wanted to use Wing Attack, but it's okay. He's gonna terrestrialize actually into a flying, so the Rock Slide was a better play than I thought. And yeah, so far I'm moving through the Elite Four pretty good. On to 4 out of 4. And then, you know, after I beat Larry, Hassel seemed a bit intimidated, you know, he wasn't really coming out, but eventually, you know, he gained the courage to walk out that door, and, you know, hopefully it'll be as easy as the others. So him being a dragon type, you know I'm going to start out with my boy Gary, because the Ice Fang is going to be super effective, and he throws out the Noivern. I use the Ice Fang, and what do you know? Another one shot. Then for his next Pokemon, once again, Ice Fang, which surprisingly didn't do as much damage as I thought, and for whatever reason had electric moves, so it knocked me out, but no big deal. Throw my boy Oinkalone, and a Zombie Voice should... Well, the Zombie Voice didn't actually do that much damage, so it's just back to the headbutt. And then for Flapple, which I think is just an awesome looking Pokemon, once again using Fairy, which should be super effective. I didn't do as much damage as I thought, but it's fine. He hits me with the Leech Seed. I hit him with the Disarming Force once again, and then did a ton of damage with the Dragon Rush, but that's okay. I know my opponent is going to die, but he's a Disarming Force one last time. So now that he's fainted, yeah, I'm just going to throw in Skeledirge. And hit him with a flamethrower for the win. And then for Haxorus, I know that, once again, it is a dragon because all of Hassel's Pokemon are dragon. I'm going to throw in Hydreigon, which I know is a dragon as well. But I'm going to use Dragon Pulse. And because I'm faster, it is a one-hit KO. And now it is time for his last Pokemon, which obviously we know he's going to terrestrialize. So I'm going to use Dragon Pulse. Now I probably could have terrestrialized Hydreigon into Dark, so he wouldn't have been super effective with his attack. But yeah, I guess I wasn't really thinking. But either way, my Dragon Pulse still hits first and does a significant amount of damage. But yeah, the Glaive Rush, it one-shots me. But no worries, I'll just throw in Skeledirge and yeah, just use the flamethrower and it should be over. And just like that, even though it wasn't very effective, it was still enough damage to win. And now there's only one person left, and it's the champion. So Greta throws the Spothra out. I once again have Skeledirge, and so I'm going to use Shadow Ball, which should be super effective. And what do you know? Another one hit. And then for Avalugg, you know, I'm keeping my boy Skeledirge in. Simple flamethrower should do the trick to melt the iceberg. And for Kingambit, I'm keeping Skeledirge in, and flamethrower was so close to being a one-hit KO, but it did burn, meaning it essentially was. Except my Skeledirge had to, you know, take some damage. And then for Veluza, I am going to be switching out, I know, surprise, but switching out into Gyarados to use Crunch, which is super effective. And almost one-shots him again, but 2 shots, can't complain. But yeah, for Go-Go, I am going to be throwing back in Skeledirge just because Go-Go is grass, and so flamethrower should be super effective. Now it is on to Glimmora, her final Pokemon, and yeah, I'll sub out Skilleters because I've actually never heard of Gloomora, so I'll just sub in Clodsire. Obviously, this being her last Pokemon, of course she's going to Terrestrialize, and so I use Earthquake on Clodsire, which is super effective, which I was actually surprised. I thought it was going to have like Levitate or something, but Clodsire had just enough HP to take on the 2 Earth Powers, and with my 2 Earthquakes, I'm able to easily beat Greta. And of course, the second I step out of the Elite Four, Nemona's right there trying to battle me. And yeah, it seems like there's more to the story after being the champion, which I was not expecting because most of the time after you become champion, that's the end. So yeah, I'll actually fight Nemona in the next video. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed me being the Elite Four and becoming champion. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.